We're live. What's up, you guys? I'm going to do a super quick demo today about the different kinds of whites you can use to create different kinds of cells. So I've got Stone Coat's this white. I've got some white spray paint. I've got some white ink. And I have some white paste. Now all of these will give you different kinds of cells depending on how you use them, and I'm going to try to show you that right here, right now, today, super quick, because today is basically Halloween officially in Dallas, and we've got an entire day of body painting to do. So before our first person comes in, I'm going to do this for you guys, and I decided I might as well go ahead and do it live. I am solo today, so I may not get to all the questions right away, but I'm so glad you guys are with me this morning. What's up, y'all? So I'm trying to get like the camera angles that are best for this. We'll see if I can actually find them. That'll probably work. So, if we have people that are open to having the live feed rolling or the camera rolling, then I'll definitely have you guys in the room. If you like, it'll be a long day for you guys to just tune in, so we may like break it up to like per individual. So I think today we have everybody in like 2-hour increments. So for every 2 hours, I'll ask them if they're comfortable with it, and if they are, then cool, and if not, we'll just have to figure it out. So yeah, I'll do my best to let everybody be cool with you guys watching the festivities. I'm sure some of them at least will be all right with it. Now I need to find my resin. That's not it. Oh, found it. So I'm going to be using Stone Coat because it's my favorite. Obviously you can use any resin you'd like, but for today's video, for the purposes of just showing the differences in whites, because you know I get the question all the time, what can I use to make cells, what white is best. Sorry you guys, the windows are open today because it's gorgeous outside, so there may be some noise. So and the answer, it always depends on what kind of cells you're looking for. If you're wanting like frothy ocean wavy cells, if you're wanting like larger cells or webbing or lacing, you're going to want to use a different kind of paint to get those different kinds of cells. So I decided I was going to do a quick video to show that. We used to use spray paint all the time. Morning, y'all. I think I actually have another kind of paint too. Just one second. I know it's here somewhere. Hopefully I can find it. Oh yeah. So I also have some System 3 that we'll go ahead and throw in there for argument's sake, because I know a lot of people use System 3 as well. I mean, either way, I'm going to be posting what they end up looking like, as long as they're PG, because some people do topless body painting for their events. Like in Dallas, I don't know how the laws are everywhere else, but in Dallas, as long as like no areola is showing, then it doesn't count as topless. So a lot of people will put pasties on them and body paint over that, so it looks like they have like clothing, or if they're doing like the avatar body paint type stuff, we'll do stuff like that. So I want to make sure that it's kosher for YouTube before I just start streaming and then get in trouble with YouTube, and that's not good. Hey y'all, thanks for coming in. Dubai, I want to go to Dubai one day when I grow up. Morning, Rusty. So, I'm gonna do spray paints, ink, paste, stone coat, and system 3 to show y'all what the differences are. Oh, Mallory, we're body painting today for other people's Halloween events. So that's what we're going to be doing all day, which is why we're going live early, just in case nobody from the group of people that we're going to be body painting is cool with being filmed. You never know. Sometimes people are weird about it, which is fine. But we don't want to put anybody in any kind of position where they're like uncomfortable, because sometimes somebody being in your face, spray painting, body painting, and airbrush, you know, a whole bunch of your skin makes people uncomfortable. Awesome, just spilled. So we don't want to put anybody in that kind of position, but I'm sure at least a few people will be open to us filming, because who doesn't want to be on YouTube? My favorite silver right now, Holly, is I have a leafing silver from Color Obsession that I'm really digging right now, but that's not available yet. In the meantime, aluminum from Just Resin is my other favorite, which I got my shipment in from Just Resin yesterday, so I'll be in between body painting today. I'll be putting up inventory for Just Resin. I'll be replenishing all of that. Morning, y'all. It is 11 a.m. here in the Dallas. So, first things first, if you use spray paint, make sure to be in a well-ventilated area. I'll wait. I swear people have the loudest cars in my neighborhood. Don't use it around open flames. And always shake it up really well, especially if it's cold. Hi, Sheila. Don't spray into plastic because spray paint will melt your plastic. And it doesn't take a lot. Also, if you're really sensitive to stuff or whatever, wear a respirator. So I don't know if you guys can see how not a lot is in here. There, you can kind of see it. It's not a lot at all. This is a standard like shot glass size Dixie cup. Where are my sticks at, y'all? Okay. Jeff stepped out to get some like refreshments for all of our clients that are coming in today. So he should be back before too long. I know, it's barely any in, so hopefully that gives you guys an idea of how not much it takes, and it's still super opaque. So there's that. So the first one is gonna be spray paint. Cujo, don't you dare go near that window. Moo. The second one I'm gonna use, oops. Let's take autofocus off of that, because that's not good. Cujo, he wants me to freak out, I feel like. Moo, leave it. I'm just gonna shut that window. We don't want any flying moos out there. Moo. swear, he's always getting into something. He's like, for real, a child. So with inks and tints and things, shake them up pretty well. This one is by Just Resin. The spray paint I used is by something, Rust-Oleum. We're gonna mix up the same amount of white for each of our test subjects. And as you can see, it doesn't take a lot of this either. Get it together, Vamp. Yeah, Margaret, it definitely doesn't take much, especially with Stone Coat. If you add too much Stone Coat, your cells won't hold. They'll kind of bloom and they'll look kind of floral for a second and then just kind of melt away. But I'll tell you guys more on that when I get to Stone Coat. That's awesome, Diane. Soon. What's up, Paula Wall? Morning, Doris. I know, Karen. He definitely knows how to get my attention. Getting too close to an open window will get me every time. This paste is by Color Obsession. It is called Snow White. And the name is true to the color. It's actually probably a little bit too much, but I'm a color snob, so YOLO. Vamp, I hope you're like keeping like a log of all your ideas. It sucks when you're like, that's brilliant, I can't wait to try that. And then when you finally get into your studio, you're like, well, I can't remember what it is that I wanted to try. And you just keep a log of all your ideas. Okay, so that was the paste. I'm keeping them all in line so that I can remember. So this is Stone Coat's white base. If you watch my videos at all, you know that I use this in almost every piece that I do. I put it in this squeeze bottle because sometimes it's hard to get out of that container. One of my subs told me that you can hit it with a heat gun and that will like melt the rim a little bit, making it easier to get the product out. And I tried it and it works, but now I have the squeeze bottles. Doesn't take a lot at all, you guys. For a few reasons you don't want to use that much. Number one, just like I said before, your cells won't hold. They'll kind of bloom and dissipate if you, actually I probably put too much in now that I'm looking at it. It's very opaque, just like the other whites. But they'll kind of like, they'll bloom forever if you put too much product in it, and you don't want to waste your product anyways. So just minimal. Put a little bit of it in, stir it up, test the opacity. I probably said it wrong. Just, if you use some of our stir sticks, they're clear so you can see right through them. And just build your color. The last one I'm going to use is System 3. It's a paint that a lot of people have access to. It does give really awesome cells. I don't know if I can get this open. I need some pliers. Scissors are not going to work. I need like grown folk tools. Oh, I got it. Crisis averted, y'all. So I haven't used this in a while. It's a super thick epoxy paint. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that I made not enough resin. So just put a little dab in there. It doesn't take a lot. This is also a very heavy paint. So you can see the rest of them floated, whereas this one sunk straight to the bottom of the cup. So if you know anything about like acrylic pouring, if like you got addicted to resin through acrylics, then you know that the weight of your paint has a lot to do with how your cells are formed with some mediums, and System 3 is one of those heavier types of tints. I'll be right back. My doorbell. Sorry, y'all, that was Amazon. By the way, Amazon and I got in an argument this morning because I ordered a new airbrush for Jeff for today, and they were like, okay, guaranteed delivery by whatever time, 9 p.m. yesterday. Guess what's not here? And it's 11, the airbrush. So not happy camper. I was like, all right, Amazon, what does guaranteed delivery mean to you? Ugh. Anyways. Doris, they do, and I'll do a review on all of those for you guys. So, I'm gonna have to make more resin. Hi, Anne, how are you doing? Y'all, 20 ounces for a 10 by 20 is way overdoing it, but for the purposes of this experiment for you guys, I'm going for it. I'll just make some cool coasters with the leftovers. Okay, did I miss any questions or anything? Margaret, it's like the struggle is so real. Like, I pay for Prime so that I can make sure I get my stuff delivered on time, and then it's not delivered on time. What is the point of paying for Prime? And they were like, we're sorry, it'll come today. I was like, okay, are you gonna be here by the time I have my first appointment? Well, we'll try. Can't be bothered with, we'll try. And they were like, well, we'll give you a promo code so that you can, like, you'll be compensated. I was like, for what's, okay, so what amount are we talking here? Are you really trying to compensate me? $10. I was like, okay, now I'm insulted. I gotta go. I'm sorry, Anne. It's my pleasure, Chandra. Right, Holly? I really like doing demos and tutorials for you guys. Like, I was talking with Tiffany Love last night, and it's amazing how many people don't want to share their secrets, which is fine. That to each his own. If you don't want to share, then you don't, and that's completely your prerogative, and I respect what you do with your, you know, your art and your business or whatever, but I feel like there's enough animosity in the world, and art should be something relaxing. And I mean, it is competitive, but if you are very secure in your capabilities as an artist, then so what if you share what you know and it helps someone to do art? Because maybe the people that are trying to learn from you aren't trying to, like, take your business. They just want to learn a new medium. Maybe it helps them relax, or it's therapy. There's no reason to not, in my view, which is not always the right view, but in my view, there's no reason to not share what you know and help somebody. Doris, I need to get laundry done too. What's up, Lucy Amy Lynn? I'm gonna hire an intern just to mix both parts of my resin. It's exhausting, y'all. Okay. So for the other colors, I'm using Blue Diamond by Just Resin, Color Obsession Caribbean, Tint, and Blue Lagoon. Actually, I should probably use one as a, these cups are not big enough for the amount of blues that I need, but oh well. I'm actually gonna switch out one for a powder. No, I'm not. So this first color is Caribbean Blue. It's by Color Obsession. It is a hyper-pigmented tint. And they come with a dropper, but I didn't put it in this because life. Oh, thanks, y'all. I'm sure people with, like, children with autism love it. That's awesome, Holly. Hi, Mariette. I feel like people should want to help others, and I've got no time for art snobs, I guess. And this rant didn't come from anywhere in particular. Nothing happened. I just felt the need to share my thoughts. Because you guys rock. You know, the reason why I started this channel in the first place is because I tried to get into pour art, and I watched Anne-Marie Ritterhoff, who is amazing, and Melly D, who is also amazing, and I failed so hard at acrylic pouring, like y'all don't even know. But then I tried resin and loved it, and I watched people do resin art, but nobody really said what they did or why they did it and what happens and why certain things occurred using certain techniques. And so I would reach out to them, and nobody wanted to share with me what they knew or anything. So I was like, okay, I'll just learn it myself, and then I'll tell everybody. I can't, and Jeff's not here. Struggle. All right, axing that color. What else do I have over here? Dark turquoise. Can't get mad at dark turquoise. Unless I can't open it, okay. So, thus the channel was born. The downside is now more people are doing resin art, and they're really not sharing what they know with me because they know that I'll come like straight here and be like, y'all, let me tell you what I learned. That being said, if someone came to me and was like, here's my secret, I'll tell you, but please don't like blast what I know to the world, I would probably try to amend their style into something that's more of my own and then share it. Okay, for the purposes of this, I'm gonna do a lot of swiping and a lot of like heat gun manipulation and tilting so that I can show you guys for real, for real. Agreed, Carrie. So I'm going to, I know I used to never talk on videos, it's so weird. I'm going to not be looking at the questions and stuff for a second so that I can concentrate on this, and then I'll get back to what's going on over here. So hold your questions just for a minute if you have any. I'm going to put just a little bit of clear down, and the reason why I do this is because it helps my colored paints to like roll over the surface more easily. I didn't prep this canvas because it's just a demo for technique and stuff. Canvas. Typically you'll want to prep it so that it doesn't dip in the middle and is not quite so loose. But I'm running short on time today, and I wanted to make sure I saw you guys, so YOLO. I'll also keep some areas bare so that my color paints will kind of grab onto that and stretch. So let's start with the spray paint. Now, this is one that you can, I would say, should be layered on top of the other colors rather than under, like with the stone coat. So let's just do a quick swipe just to show what it does. And this is the spray paint. Oh my goodness. Yep. I knew it'd be solid. I need to get my other heat gun. If I can find it. Okay. Found it. Crisis averted. All right, I'm gonna heat it up. And if you push it over, you can see some of the like mini cells popping up. I wish I had Lucy, but she's over there with y'all. But you can kind of see a little bit. So then next I'm going to do a swipe this way. And I guess that'll be the technique for all of them. I'll do heat gun and a swipe. And then I'll zoom you guys in on the very end so you can see the differences. I use spray paint a lot for like oceans and where I want really soft, like wavy looks to happen. Like soft froth, if that's a word. Not very much excitingness happening. Let's push some of the color over and see what happens. Oh, okay. I never did that before because I always thought that the white needed to be on top. So that is what it looks like if you put your color over the spray paint. I, for some reason, always thought it should be the other way around. Now I know. Live and learn. Okay, next one is the Just Resin Tint. I probably should do this on all different canvases, but whatever. So let's do the tint on top on this side, and then we'll do the tint on bottom on that side. This is like an ink. It's selling up a little bit right there. And of course, everything's running to the middle because I didn't prep it, because I guess I was just lazy. So we'll do color over the tint on this one. Heat and a swipe. Y'all, there's gonna be so much resin on this by the end of it. So putting color over the inks and tints kind of loses it a little bit. It's coming up a little here, but for the most part, it's lost. Next is the paste. And paste is something that a lot of people use often. Oh, let's start down here. And they make really good cells for sure. But to my knowledge, paste for sure needs to be on top. So that's what we're gonna do, because we don't want to waste it and it get lost like the tint did. It's coming up a little bit. All right, let's get our swipe on. Now I'm gonna just kind of wet that part of the canvas with the clear resin so that it moves more easily. Coming up a little bit. So far, I'll have to say that my favorite cells are from the spray paint. So next is stone coats, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, next is stone coats. And y'all already know how to work this stuff, but I'm going to show you the difference in it being on top and it being under the colors. So I'm going to put it on top over here and under over here. Right? Right. So put it on top over here and under over here. Oops. Okay. I wish all the cells weren't just convoluted in the center, but it is what it is. Okay, so that was, y'all, I'm getting them mixed up. Stone coat. And this is system 3. Okay. With every new color I put on here, this canvas is getting heavier and heavier and heavier, so it's dipping more and more in the middle. Okay, so system 3. On top and on the bottom. I'm gonna do a better demo of this. This is kind of like a last second idea that I had. I should have used a bigger canvas or a whole bunch of separate canvases. There's too much going on one canvas. You can't even tell who's who, except for Stone Coat. It still looks like Stone Coat. So now that I have no idea where I'm going with this, I'm just gonna let you guys see the cells that decided to stay and hang out. Spray paint ones. I'm gonna have to rename this and do another test for you guys because this is not how I wanted this to go. So today we'll just call this a whole bunch of ocean or something like that. So let's make sure everything is got some kind of resin on it, and let's try to make a piece out of it. How about that? Cool, 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 cool. I haven't done a tilt like this in I don't even know how long. It's been quite a while. I'm digging these colors together though. What did I use? I'm gonna have to do a piece in this color palette. All right. Now that I have ultimately reset the piece, let's try to put some magic back into it. I feel like there needs to be some metallics. I'm rusty. The consistency of art resin and Stone Coat are fairly similar in terms of like viscosity. So I would wager that the results would be very similar, if not the same, in terms of results and cell structure alone. Now, I don't know that for sure because I haven't done that particular kind of side-by-side test. However, I'd be happy to do it for you. I do have some art resin here, and I got time tomorrow. So for the rest of these cells, I'm just using Stone Coat because it's my favorite white to use, obviously, for such results as these. Just remember, if you do use Stone Coat's white, that the color has to go over the white and not to use too much of the product, because no one likes loose cells, right? Right. Now I have some resin left over, so let's mix some gold up, because who doesn't like gold? I actually probably have enough resin to do a whole nother small piece, so we may just do that. I'm gonna use 007 because it's my party and I can 007 if I want to. / it's my favorite. I almost don't even want to call what Stone Coat's paint, the base tints do cells, because it's so much bigger than what someone would consider cells. Like, I almost want to call it like webbing, or I don't know. Like, there's so much dimension in them. I don't know what to call it. Let's get on this side and do something about this. Cujo. He's getting hyped for some reason. Look how those gold flecks just pop up all the way through there. Cujo, thank you for the alert. Let's put a gold ribbon through this part. I need to do a tutorial on like how to do a ribbon as well. Find some room and call this piece a wrap. Also, I think Jeff's on. There's some new bear. Hi, B. The fam's here. They say hi.
Oh, are you live?
Yeah, I thought I'd just go ahead and knock this out. Just doing kind of a product test. So I'm gonna end up just pouring over this piece. It's an older one. And if you've never done poured over another piece, if you want to show what you have under a painting, like, okay, I said that wrong. So if you want to show what your first layer is, all you have to do is put some clear in that area. I am not being any kind of particular on this. So let's just be crazy and do some waves, because why not? Get our ocean on real quick. Again. Thanks, Rusty. He says hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
No, you're not making fun of me, sir. Too much or too much time? What? Oh. Did we just go broke at Walmart? I think this is my stone coat. We're just gonna do a super swipe over the whole thing, making sure there's no dry spots because your swipe paper won't pick up on those. I think we got it all. Also, when using stone coat, don't use too much heat because that'll also make your cells very loose.
I want to make sure that people are fed and drained.
Fed and what?
Fed and drained.
Drinked.
All the. I got fruit. I got wine. I got beer. I got cheese and crackers.
You're just trying to spoil people, B.
What's everybody up to on this awesome Saturday afternoon?
Jeff wants to know what y'all are doing today.
We're doing a shit ton of ice skating.
Morning, Cryptic. How are you? All right, all I have left is white and a whole bunch of gold. So let's do one of those just because I'm curious. Turned out a little bit classy. Right. So, what did I miss? Did y'all have any questions that I can help you with? Thanks, Lisa. So I'm gonna have to retitle this like something, making waves with a whole bunch of different whites, because it definitely wasn't the test that I wanted to conduct. I'm gonna have to use all different canvases for that. And I will be doing a test on the difference in using stone coat versus other brands like Art Resin. Because, I mean, in terms of cell structure, there really is no difference. The difference is in the UV stability and the heat resistance and how hard the resin sets up. Because if you've used art resin, you know that it's kind of a softer resin. So, also Jeff is allergic to art resin. He gets resin rash really bad from them, and so, yeah. I definitely can do a pour with all level 1 supplies. I still have a whole bunch of them because when I first started, I used all like craft paints and Envirotex and thin canvases. Right, Kathy? It's definitely a softer, more malleable resin. So if you wanted to do something like wrapping a tumbler or something like that, that's a good resin to use for that for sure. Montana Black is a very good spray paint. You can use any spray paint with resin. I just would recommend a flat for sure. Give Lily a hug for us and then bring us some brownies. Yes, Moon, you can come up here and say hi. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, this is a big boy. He's just the biggest boy. Right, Kathy? Are you just saying hi to all the peoples? Did you say hi to all the people? Erin, you want to use a flat spray paint because if you use a gloss like to base coat your canvases, you're risking getting a lot of pits because there's nothing for the resin to hold on to because it's so glossy. It's a lot smoother than flat, which has a little bit of a grit to it. So it's just more prone to pitting. I seal our wood with polyacrylic. I think I have it linked in the description boxes, the Amazon store. I'm gonna go live today if anybody is gonna have an interesting body painting and they give me permission to stream it. I'll be going live. I just wasn't sure who all would allow it. So I wanted, you never know if someone's like, I don't want it. So.
I'm supposed to be sick today.
Right, I'm supposed to be sick today. So, that sounds fun, Dee. So that's why, shush. That's why I wanted to go ahead and come early. Thank you, he's my little man. The breast cancer awareness challenge, the pink pour, is due by the 12th. Oh, I know, he does have to pee, even though he just went out 2 hours ago. He's just rotten. That's all it comes down to, just rotten moves. Anyways, you guys, I'm sure I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll ask the people that come in if they're cool with us streaming their paint, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Moose said bye. Did you want to go outside? Okay, let's go.